All right. Hey, Dalton. Thanks for doing this today. Go ahead and start your project whenever you're ready.
Okay, so mine was a continuation of the first project that we did as a group on the King and Prince. This is the seduction model and what product they should add to their business to really grow. Um, so getting to the first slide here, the product to be developed would be a two-story Topgolf-esque game experience with relaxed play, 20 private bays, automated score tallying, with various game modes, a restaurant and bar service, all on the same property. Bays would be rented by the hour and equipment provided. The space would be large enough to accommodate over 400 people throughout. The climate controlled area bays would have microchip golf balls. For accuracy, that's how they would score the game. Taking a note from Big Shots Golf Company is what I kind of based this concept off of. They do a small scale version of what Topgolf does, more community and smaller city type setup. And they also use an aspect of augmented reality. So that's another layer that can be incorporated into the experience to attract more people and just make it more fun. The top photo on the right would be like a Top Golf experience, and the photo on the right on the bottom would be the same setup, but just using like the augmented reality technology. So the facility would include its own parking and be open to the public as an extension of the already public course offerings. VIP perks would be included for those that reserve traditional course tee times, like those that book through the resort and already played the 18-hole golf course. They could also have play included at no other cost to them if they purchase a certain package. This technological and modern investment of the game provides a new avenue for profitability to the company. So detailing their seduction model and breaking it down into the servicescape, the aspects of the model that are visible. The golf experience is one that is sleek, modern, highlighted with mood lighting. This is everything that the guests can see and experience physically, touch, and feel when they get there. The look will be professional, but also tuned in style with the Kingdom Prince Resort itself. But stepping forward into the 21st century, guests should not feel out of place, but comfortable by the modern decor. Service providers, so basically our employees, appearance will reflect that of the standard 18-hole golf course, so just remaining in continuity with the golf course that we already have, and be outdoor weather appropriate, especially in Georgia, so it would be kind of a lax, not something stiff where they would get overly heated in. Servers, attendants, and ticketing staff will be color coordinated, and also very important would be their interaction with guests, held to the same standard as if they are at the beachfront resort itself. They should be knowledgeable, professional, and friendly at all times. Another visible aspect of the model that guests can see would be the other customers. And when they look around, they should see guests that have either played golf for decades, and even those that never have picked up a club before, meaning they should see a variety of people. They should feel comfortable amongst other players and have reflected the diversity of the marketing audience that we're trying to capture. No shame in the game and no certain dress code, so nothing too stiff. And now for the invisible, the systems and organization, rules and procedures that are set in place by management for the staff to adhere to and follow include but aren't limited to proper financial accountability. So making sure that money is handled very well and people are held responsible in this early stage of the process. Making sure that all employees are promoting the availability of resort amenities throughout all the properties. Having high service standards, clear communication practices, amongst many other things. It'll keep everything running smoothly and keep guest satisfaction high. Why should we develop it? The big overarching goal is a monetary reason, to make money. So those are the driving factors for basically everything. All these other bullets kind of just are ways to appeal to the audience, and the way to capture more share of the market. But at the end of the day, the goal is to make more money. It's a segue into traditional golf for memberships. It's a boost to the marketing, increased revenue. Looking up Top Golf and Big Shot, other properties like that that do this, they turn millions in profit every year, and it'll give them a unique edge over the local competition. The feasibility of doing this is where it's a little bit trickier because of the limited real estate on St. Simons. So either the resort would have to demolish and build anew on current property, or purchase land near the existing golf course. And looking up just on like realestate.com and other sources, say like a 10-acre plot of undeveloped land on St. Simons, and this is all near the north end where the King of Prince Golf Resort is currently, would cost about $600,000. There are lots available, but the majority of them are zoned for like private ownership, not for like, they're not zoned for commercial use. While the real estate required is pricey, more people will be drawn to a beachside golf resort than those that are located inland. So even though that it's kind of secluded, if it were to be constructed, it's still a draw because of its location, because of the beach access. Upfront capital, like that would be needed, would probably be the biggest hurdle. Purchasing the land and constructing a new facility that could have a price tag as high as $10 million. So I scaled it down, just try to compare to like the Big Shot places and some other ones. The Top Golf construction averages $18 million. So that's just to put that in perspective. Goals to strive towards would be to have an attachment rate of guests, meaning those that visit just the quick shot option would also purchase tee times, equipment, or resort stays. So making sure that they're also spending their money elsewhere throughout the property. Increasing the traffic and revenue to the company through the beginning of the year. Having a membership style setup similar to competitor brands that would leave an open line of communication, like an email, just gathering contact information from people and continuing to shoot those emails, that we all get that are super annoying, but it keeps you in the head of your customers and gets them thinking about you again. Having property become profitable itself by the end of the first year. So typically, like with resorts and restaurants and other places, they don't turn a profit for quite a while, but being able to do that within the first year would be a goal, and maintaining a very low staff turnover as well. So the action plan, just steps of the process. I would assume it would be securing additional funding for the project, acquiring zoning ordinance approval, purchasing land, and contracting the construction. The picture on the right is one of those Big Shot play setups, and that's what I envision, like the small scale down version being for the King and Prince. Marketing new addition to the public to pique interest, increase word of mouth, hiring and properly training new staff on all standards, and finally holding the grand opening. To evaluate if our implementation was successful, I think some of these questions are important to consider. Did the revenue rise for the fiscal year? Was the property profitable? What was the staff turnover percentage? What was the average customer survey rating? Was guest contact information increased? And what percentage of King and Prince Quick Shot guests utilized other facilities owned by the resort, and vice versa? Of course, these questions can be used to determine hard financial data and statistics, employee satisfaction, and customer satisfaction, from which we should be able to gauge the outcome of the introduction of the new facility. However, at the end of the day, whether or not the new venture is financially sound is the most significant factor. So whether or not it's making money. These are my sources here.
All right. So how does this differ from what Sea Island has inside the, what is it, the inn?
Like, do they have a setup like a virtual?
They have a virtual golf. I think it's just like one thing, but this would be like multiple bays, or not,
Yeah.
or this
So
isn't like virtual. This is like you're actually hitting a ball.
right, no, you're actually physically doing it. It just has this augmented spin that you can pay an additional fee to use if you wanted, but wouldn't have to do that.
Huh.
I just kind of
I,
found the
I
concept
wonder
of
what this augmented spin, like how it makes you like,
well, see the first
benefits.
one like up here, or no, I'm not sharing the page.
No, it's okay. But
But
I mean, like, if I'm out there practicing and swinging and hitting some balls, I just want to see how bad I am normally. I
right,
guess maybe it's one of those things like, we'll make you look like a pro,
yeah,
right? Which
yeah,
is fine.
that's okay with me.
Yeah.
It boosted my gameplay, but I think it would differ because it is open to the public, and Sea Island is a private resort, so that would definitely be a benefit to
To the
property.
golfing community or whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the King and Prince. So far we've had 2 presentations on them, and both have been vastly different, which is kind of nice to see.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good though.
Yeah, she recommended a grab and go type restaurant for the golf course. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, more food options. I'm always down with that. So.